In 1976, the football fans of New England flocked to Schaefer Stadium to witness the best season in the history of the New England Patriots. After 3 patient years of rebuilding, head coach and general manager Chuck Fairbanks had led the Patriots into the playoffs for the first time in 13 years. Only a last-second loss to the eventual Super Bowl champion had marred a near-perfect season. In 1977, the New England faithful returned for more of the same. And under the spirited leadership of Chuck Fairbanks, the Patriots played their own brand of power football and earned the respect of the entire NFL. Quarterback Steve Grogan and the offense were tested from the season's opening game, when the Patriots had to overcome a 2-touchdown deficit against the Kansas City Chiefs. Wide receiver Darryl Stingley celebrated his 26th birthday with 2 touchdowns of his own, one on a perfectly executed reverse play, the other on a pass over the middle from Steve Grogan. Sharing the spotlight with Darryl Stingley was number 48, Tim Fox, who twice disrupted the Chiefs with the safety blitz. Six times the Patriot rush reached the Chiefs quarterback, but it was free safety Fox who saved the day for New England. Thanks in good part to Stingley and Fox, the Patriots won a too-close-for-comfort 21-17 opening day victory. The second weekend found the Patriots at Cleveland for a classic Monday night encounter with the Browns. Steve Grogan completed 15 of 23 passes and led New England to a 17-7 halftime lead. But the Browns tied it in the third quarter, and in the fourth quarter, the Patriots surged ahead again on a touchdown pass to tight end Russ Francis, number 81. Again, the Browns bounced back, and with less than a minute left and trailing by 3 points, Steve Grogan drove the Patriots 72 yards, 28 of them on another key play by Russ Francis. As regulation time expired, John Smith's clutch field goal sent the Patriots into the first regular season overtime period in their history. But Cleveland won the coin toss and the game 30-27. The following week in New York's Shea Stadium, again the Patriots ran up a halftime lead. And despite the sloppy playing conditions, Raymond Claiborne took a jet kickoff and returned it 100 yards for the longest touchdown return in Patriot history and the longest NFL return in more than 3 seasons. Then came discomforting memories of the previous week as Steve Grogan had to rally the Patriots to a 27-27 tie with just over a minute to play, only to have a fumbled punt set up another game-winning field goal and a second straight 30-27 upset. In the fourth week, while a monsoon swept over the Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks at Schaefer Stadium, the New England defense allowed a team record of just 6 first downs and collected 4 interceptions, 2 each by cornerbacks Bob Howard and Mike Haynes, number 40. Number 39, fullback Sam Cunningham, skimmed over the soggy carpet for more than 100 yards, the 10th such game of his pro career, while quarterback Steve Grogan passed for 3 touchdowns, 2 of them to Russ Francis and second tight end Don Hasselbeck, who caught the first pass of his promising pro career as the Patriots rolled over Seattle 31-0. The Patriots were in sunny San Diego for the 5th week, where another Patriot rookie receiver almost got his first professional touchdown. Almost, but not quite. While Stanley Morgan's score was disallowed, Steve Grogan twice found his rookie tight end, Don Hasselbeck, for touchdowns. But the game really was won in the trenches, where the Patriots tested the Chargers' highly rated defense with the running of number 44, Don Calhoun, along with the continued excellence of Sam Cunningham, who rolled up 141 of New England's impressive total of 256 yards rushing. The Patriots beat the improved Chargers 24-20 and headed back east for the first big showdown of the season in the tough AFC Eastern race. When Burt Jones and the arch-rival and undefeated Baltimore Colts came to New England, it was to be a battle between the AFC's 2 highest-scoring teams. But the story of the day was the Patriot defense, which surrendered a club record of only 86 total yards and sacked Burt Jones 5 times for 53 yards in losses. Steve Grogan orchestrated one of his finest games, directing 3 long scoring drives, including a 68-yard pass play to Darrell Stingley, the longest of his career. Behind superb pass protection, such as this blitz-beating block by Bill Lankaitis, Grogan completed 11 of 16 passes, including one which Russ Francis turned into a work of art. The Patriots convincingly knocked the Colts from the ranks of the unbeaten, 17-3. The next week, Steve Grogan threw for 3 more touchdowns. Darrell Stingley caught a career-high 8 passes, and Stanley Morgan scored his first touchdown as the Patriots rolled past the Jets 24-13 and reached the season's midpoint with a 4-game winning streak. The second half of the season began as slowly as the first, when the AFC's highest-scoring team came up short against the Buffalo Bills. More significant was the loss of key players like Steve Nelson, Steve Zabel, and number 81, Russ Francis. And the bad breaks continued to come during the following week's loss in the Orange Bowl, where it seems the Dolphins never lose. Week 10 found the Patriots returning to their basic power game, and in Buffalo they ran for 256 yards, with Steve Grogan the leading rusher. Said Grogan, "When I am running, the game is more wide open and much more fun." Sam Cunningham broke the game open with 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns as the Patriots kept their postseason hopes alive by downing the Bills 20-7. Then, in Week 11 against the defense-minded Philadelphia Eagles, the passing game broke loose and reasserted itself for the first time in a month. Steve Grogan threw for his 14th and 15th touchdowns, one to Darrell Stingley, the other a 64-yard beauty to Stanley Morgan, as the Patriots knocked off the Eagles 14-6. Week 12 in Atlanta, the Patriots' top-ranked defense outdueled the Falcons' record-setting defense, pressuring Steve Bartkowski into 4 interceptions 2 of them by Mike Haynes. For the second straight week, the Patriots got 8 sacks, and there was no stopping the likes of Julius Adams or the now healthy Steve Zabel and Steve Nelson. The play that decided the game was a short pass to Stanley Morgan, who faked out the middle linebacker and then outran everyone else to the end zone. The season's next to last week brought a frigid rematch with the first-place Miami Dolphins, in which the Patriots ground out touchdowns on their first 2 possessions of the game. As Coach Fairbanks stated later, the turning point was the fact we were able to dominate at the beginning. This chapter of the intense rivalry between these teams can best be summarized by the rushing statistics. New England ran for 177 yards, while holding one of the NFL's top rushing teams to just 25 yards, the lowest total for the Dolphins since Don Shula became their coach. Patriot fans didn't care how cold it was when Miami's final drive fell short and the magnificent men of the New England defense had done it again. The Patriots had won their 4th straight, 14-10, and seemingly had earned a shot at the AFC Eastern title against Baltimore in the season's final week. But the elation lasted only 1 hour. Because of a quirk in the tie-breaking rules, the Colts' last-second loss to Detroit meant that for the Patriots, the final week's game in Baltimore would be played only for pride and to determine whether Baltimore or Miami would go to the playoffs.
Get in there!
The Patriots led at the half 14-3. And then the second half began with a Raymond Claiborne spectacular, which was made possible by the clearing blocks of Rod Shoke and Steve King. Raymond Claiborne's 101-yard return broke his own team record and gave New England an imposing 21-3 lead over the Colts, who now realized they would need a miracle to recapture the division title. The AFC East was won by the Colts in a most bizarre fashion. But these are 2 young powers who have climbed toward the top together over the past several seasons, and this game will only further fuel the intensity of this great rivalry for the future. Since assuming control of the Patriot forces in 1973, Chuck Fairbanks has built his kind of team with an offensive line surpassed by none. Center Bill Lenkaitis was the quarterback of the line, while the tackle positions were superbly manned by the highly acclaimed Leon Gray, as well as less publicized but highly valuable blockers like Bob McKay, Shelby Jordan, and number 77, Tom Neville, who has played more games than any other player in Patriot history. John Hanna was named Pro Football's outstanding lineman, and he led a corps of guards which included Pete Brock, Fred Sturt, and number 61, Sam Adams. These men allowed the fewest sacks in the entire NFL and led the way for runners like Don Calhoun with over 700 yards rushing and young Ike Forte, number 38. With the anticipated return of Andy Johnson, who missed the entire 77 season with a knee injury, along with Sam Cunningham, the Patriots' first 1,000-yard rusher since Jim Nance, the running game should be a dominant force for years to come. The passing game begins with rapidly maturing quarterback Steve Grogan, who, when he's in trouble, knows to look for Sam Cunningham, who was the team's leading receiver as well as the leading rusher. The Patriots were perhaps the NFL's best stocked team at the all-important tight end position, with strong backups like number 80, rookie Don Hasselbeck, 4-year veteran Al Chandler, and the incomparable all-pro Russ Francis, number 81. At wide receiver were Steve Burks, rookie Don Westbrook, and number 86, first-round draft choice Stanley Morgan of Tennessee. Morgan improved game by game during the course of the season, and by the end of the year was making numerous outstanding plays. Wide receiver Darrell Stingley had his finest year ever, with 39 receptions and 5 touchdowns. But more important than statistics in Stingley's case was the fact that he consistently came up with the tough play over the middle, where many receivers feared a tread. On special teams, place kicker John Smith was one of the NFL's best, as he converted 14 of 17 field goals inside the 40-yard line, while punter Mike Patrick's job was to nail the opposition in the coffin corner. Good special teams play depends also on the men who block for the kickers and the men who cover downfield on kickoffs and punts. Hitters like Don Hasselbeck, Doug Budoin, Dick Kahn, and special teams captain Jess Phillips, number 35. In the more glorious special teams category of kick returns, no one did it better than the Patriots. Number 40, all-pro cornerback Mike Haynes returned 24 punts for a total of 200 yards, while number 86, Stanley Roadrunner Morgan, was second in the entire league in punt returns with an average of almost 14 yards per try. And then there was New England's first-round draft choice, Raymond Claiborne, number 26. Claiborne not only led the entire NFL by a wide margin in kickoff returns, but he also returned 3 for touchdowns, 2 more than anyone else in Patriot history. The 1977 New England defense was the best in Patriot history, setting new team records for fewest yards and fewest points yielded in a season, while leading the AFC in total defense. And they did it as a totally dedicated gang-tackling team. The Patriots also led the entire NFL in quarterback sacks with 58. And by allowing only 14 themselves, New England led the league in sack differential with an astounding plus 44. 14 different Patriot defenders shared in reaching the quarterback. Among them, Richard Bishop, Greg Boyd, number 72, Mel Lunsford, and number 85, Julius Adams, who had his best season with 12 sacks. Number 71, Raymond Sugar Bear Hamilton, collected 10 sacks, while the team leader in this category for the third straight year was number 78, Tony Mac the Sack McGee, with 14, and an amazing 7-year career total of 53. Another strong area of the Patriot defense was the secondary, composed of 4 hitters who also came up with the key interception. The superior pressure from the pass rush yielded extra dividends for the defensive backs, like second-year free safety Tim Fox, number 48, and veteran strong safety Prentice McRae, number 34. The critical cornerback spots were ably manned by number 40, Mike Haynes, who led the team with 5 interceptions, and the reliable veteran number 24, Bob Howard. Perhaps the heart of the Patriot defense was the deep core of linebackers, from rookie Ray Kostick to veterans like Steve King and number 50 Sam Hunt, who always seemed to be around the ball. As usual, the blitz was a big play, with number 59 Pete Barnes recording 5 sacks and number 56 second-year man Rod Schote racking up 6. On the left, a pair of Steves, number 57 Nelson inside and number 54, Zabel outside, combined superb seasons to make life generally miserable for quarterbacks and ball carriers alike. With an improved offensive team, outstanding special teams, and a record-setting defense which played most of the season like a school of frenzied piranhas, the 1977 New England Patriots missed a playoff spot in the NFL's toughest division by the narrowest of margins and the strangest of circumstances. For the 1978 NFL season, the fans of New England can look forward to a Patriot team that is already one of the deepest and strongest in pro football, and a team that is rapidly gaining the experience and maturity necessary to become a champion.